Hello, everybody. Welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show. It's finished. Real Madrid 3, Atletico Madrid 1. And for about 79 minutes, I believe, it just felt like Atletico had got everything spot on. It looked like a Simeone masterclass for about 79 minutes. And then, as Real Madrid do so often, it all just crumbles, doesn't it? It all just crumbles. And we'll go through the whole game. But I mean, there was a time in world football where you thought that the worst place to be during a football game is being 1-0 down to Atletico, but it's not the case these days, and we have to talk about that as well. We'll go into that. But the start of it, I thought like Atletico played quite well for quite large parts of the game. They played actually quite well. When they were attacking, they looked really, really good. And that first goal was very, very well worked. I mean, such a wonderful team goal. Koke with a wonderful overhead pass, to not an overhead pass, but like a nice little chip pass to Joaquin Correa, and then Correa just puts it on a plate for Morata to score. Morata has missed those in the past. He's missed from those kind of ranges in the past, but I think he's finally finding a bit of goal scoring form. So he scores, he makes it 1-0. There was a time when Koke was one of the hottest midfield prospects in world football as well. He was actually touted for a Barcelona move at one point. A lot of people thought that he would be, the heir to Xavi, or in that Barcelona midfield and that Spain midfield. Never quite worked out for him. I think it just there was a long time where he played right wing, he played left wing. I think it just kind of, it kind of killed his game a little bit, having to play so many different positions. And I do feel in that sense of a career unfulfilled. I'm sure he doesn't think that way. I'm sure he's happy that with everything that he's accomplished. But sometimes you do get a sense of maybe there was more to achieve with Koke. But nonetheless, it was a good pass. It's 1-0. And Real Madrid, since the restart, I don't think a lot of the players, they haven't yet found their old level. I do have that feeling. I mean, Vinicius Junior is one of those players. I know he scored today, but to me, there were so many occasions where you felt, the Vinicius of probably September, October, he would have done much better. There were two chances in particular in the first half before Atletico scored. There was an opportunity where Benzema squared it to him, and he kind of, it took a touch, and he didn't shoot first time. He kind of took a touch, and the ball rolled away. Again, in the second half, there was another opportunity. I think it was of a rebound. He's got to go first time, but again, he tries to take a touch, tries to set himself up. And I think the Vinicius of September, October probably would have buried those chances. This Vinicius probably is a little bit different, but and you just kind of felt the frustration was growing. I do think one more point that I do have to make before that is the fact that I think this game probably shows that the era of Kroos and Modric in midfield is coming to an end. I do honestly, in a game like this, I think Ancelotti made that mistake in this game where he played Kroos and Modric together. You can't play against an Atletico side that's going to be physical, that's going to be full of running. You can't play Kroos and Modric together. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe time will tell. But I just feel that this was a game where those two should not have started. Once they took off Kroos, and then the other part, of course, is the fact that Valverde should be playing on the right wing. The only reason Valverde plays on the right wing is because you play Kroos and Modric together in the center. And I think Valverde needs to be in that central midfield, and then you bring Rodrygo into the right wing. I've been saying this so often. I think Rodrygo needs to play on that right wing. Or Valverde can play there when you need to give Rodrygo a rest, or when trying to play against maybe certain teams. But otherwise, your front three has always got to be Benzema, Rodrygo, and Vinicius. And your midfield probably should not have Kroos and Modric anymore, unless it's like against smaller teams at home. But nonetheless, he made that change, and you could see Atletico starting to get more and more defensive. I think once Rodrygo came on, there was almost a sense from Atletico that okay, this is getting serious now. Let's try and take players off. I mean, that's something that Simeone has done quite a lot. Whenever you go 1-0 up, and Simeone always go a bit defensive, because you should trust that defensive unit that they'll keep a clean sheet, that they'll get the win. It doesn't happen anymore, and the reason why it doesn't happen is I think teams have kind of figured that you can get at Atletico if they're defensive. You can get at them, and I just don't think this team has that same defensive resolve as Simeone teams of the past. And so it happened. They kept dropping deep, but still came on. He actually made a foul on Rodrygo as well. There was a foul on Rodrygo before the goal, and then that goal just comes. And it's poor defending. You got to say it's poor football from Atletico run. Like, no player should ever be allowed to go through four players like he did. He went past four players in one run. It should never really happen. In the 79 minute, you don't do that. Somebody's got to take him out. I know we don't want to condone that, but sometimes you got to do that. And he just goes through, and that shot again. I think it could have been. It looks a very good shot, and I think he used Molina as a distraction. So I can have sympathy with Oblak a little bit, but I still feel he could have saved it, because it's not in the corner. It's not particularly hardly hit. Like, it's not hit hard. So he should be at least doing much better than what he did, but he got nowhere near it. So I think Oblak has this issue as well. I think at times he's not a very good shot stopper, and it's just something to see. But I think Oblak could have been done better. I think that the defense could have been better in that instance. But that's a sumptuous run though from Rodrygo's brilliant. But Rodrygo has his knack. Of course, he scored against against City as well last season. He has his knack of coming up with important goals. And surprised he doesn't start as often as he does. He should, probably would be, with all the great goals that he has scored, the vital goals he has scored, you often think that he should be the number one choice on the team sheet in that front three, but like on that right wing slot. But for some reason, he's mostly more used as sub because he sits on the bench more often than he should. But it's 1-1, and I think Atletico and then the red card came of course, and I do feel Madrid had chances to make it 2-1. They probably should have won it in regular time. There were chances for Atletico as well to make it 2-0. I mean, there were a couple of breaks where they could have done much better than they did, but it's 1-1. You go into extra. I think once it was 1-1, Simeone almost said, okay, fine, let's go to penalties. I don't know what the thinking was behind that, and this is a problem for Simeone. I think it's going to be, and if he's going to leave Atletico at the end of the season, it's going to be because of this defensive mindset that's kind of caught up to him. Because at 1-1, there's no reason to not go for it and try to make it 2-1. But he almost said, fine, let's just play for penalties now. Particularly because when they were attacking, they were actually causing a lot of problems for Real Madrid. So I don't know why he decided to do that, but he did it, and then they sat back. And then that red card, I mean, Stefan Savic, there's so many. Okay, I almost feel like I don't watch a lot of Atletico games, but it feels like almost every other game that I watch of Atletico Madrid, Stefan Savic seems to get sent off. It is so weird for me. And Savic, and again, it's a daft yellow card to pick up. You're on a yellow card. You're not supposed to make the tackle. So unless it's a large challenge where you don't have a choice and you've got to do it, you do it. But in this case, there was no need to make that challenge because even if Camavinga got past him, he wasn't really going to go anywhere. At most, he was probably going to put a cross in or something. But there was no immediate danger to the goal. So for some reason, I'm not sure why Savic decided, okay, fine, I'm going to just tackle him. I think he was just frustrated. And he made that challenge and he got sent off. And it's almost like, there was in the way that Savic also looked at it, it was almost like, oh yeah, I knew I was going to get sent off. Like it was almost as if saying, well, that's my job done. Like, sometimes players are a little bit upset when they get sent off. Sometimes players are a bit sad. He just had this look of contentment on his face. If you watch it, he just had a look of a contentment or like a sort of, premonition kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, like I know. Like, I know this is going to happen. Like, it's all part of the plan. Sort of thing. Just watch that back again. It's so weird to see. But anyway, it was 1-1, a red card, and you kind of knew Real Madrid were going to get a goal there. And from that point on, momentum was on their side. And they got that goal. A very well-worked goal. By the way, the second goal is a wonderful pass from Asensio. The cross is so good. It evades Rodrygo. It takes Vinicius. It takes a touch, I think, of Hermoso as well. And it just falls perfectly for Benzema to just score. But when that range, Benzema's like, yeah, thank you very much, I'm going to score. Again, I don't think he had a good game today, Benzema, actually. But he comes up with a goal when you need him to come up with a goal. He came up with a beautiful goal there, 2-1. And then Madrid again also strangely decided to sit back in the second half of extra time. And that's what actually hurt me a lot. If I was an Atletico fan, that would have hurt me. Because in the second half, when Atletico attacked, they looked really good. They could have probably scored as well. There were a couple of good chances for Memphis, for Carrasco. They could have scored, and they were down to 10 men. And that just makes me realize Atletico Madrid can be attacking if Simeone lets them be attacking. So that is a problem for the team to figure out as to, and for the Atletico to figure out, do we let Simeone do what he's doing and let him be defensive? Because I think the time now to think that Simeone is going to be more attacking has passed. I think he tried that once. He got burnt, and he's never ever going to go back to that sort of attacking football. He's not going to do it. He's going to play the way he's going to play. So for the Atletico team, for the hierarchies to think, fine, do we keep this manager and do we accept that Simeone is going to be this way to the and that it's going to be, there's going to be good results, there's going to be bad results, and probably not suit the team. Or do we find someone else who can bring the best out of this team in an attacking sense? Because I thought Atletico looked very good when they were attacking. It's just I do honestly believe Simeone is the one who holds this team back. For whatever reason, he does it, and probably has a good reason to do it, but he just holds them back from fulfilling that potential offensively. So that was something I thought. And then the third goal came. I think it was just tired legs. I think it was just, nobody was even challenging. It was the one in 19th minute, 120th minute. You kind of, there was almost a resignation from Atletico that they were losing. So nobody really was a challenge. Yeah, just go. I think they probably expected Vinicius would go to the corner and just keep it there, but he kind of cut inside, and the defense is just like, yeah, whatever. I just feel that was like a resignation, a look of resignation. And Vinicius says, okay, thank you very much. and he puts a shot, again goes past Oblak. Maybe could have done better on the shot there as well, but he was just tired legs. I mean, it's 3-1 is academic, right? 2-1, 3-1 is academic. I think the job was done by then. But a good goal for Vinicius. It's been a tough time for him. It's been a tough day for him with everything that's happened, the racial abuse and stuff. And that it's just sad to see that happened, but it's good to see that he got a goal and he got over that. So it's a good goal for him. 3-1 Madrid. I mean, they have a habit of doing this, haven't they? Just come back from behind, go down, create, not really look like they're going to make a comeback. I mean, at 1-0, 75th minute, I didn't think they were going to make a comeback, and then they still did. And they won the game, and that's Real Madrid. You can never count them out in any situation. So well done to them. I thought now Molina was my man of the match from Atletico. I know Atletico lost, but he had a fantastic game. I really enjoyed watching him at right back. He was defensively sound. He was offensively good as well. He had a lot of there were so many opportunities when he was running down and causing havoc. And I like that. I liked his play today. So it's sad that he ends up on the losing side, but I thought he was a man of the match. He was quite comfortably, in my opinion, I think he was one of the best players on the pitch. I'm sure you could probably pick out. I mean, Camavinga looked good as well, by the way. And again, played left back, played out of position, but he looks so good in that left back. I'm just There's no way he's leaving Real Madrid unless Real Madrid want him to, and unless he decides, like Casemiro, that at some point he wants a different challenge. But he's going to be here for a long, long time. He's just a special player. But anyway, let me know what you thought about the game and your thoughts on the match. Do you think Atletico could have done something differently? Do you think Real Madrid probably, what are the things that Real Madrid can change? Because it wasn't a perfect performance. So what are the things that maybe Real Madrid could change for the next game? Let me know. Of course, I always love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Please do smash a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Appreciate your support, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.